Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a very sad day for this committee, for the Congress, and for the rights of all American citizens. To call this proceeding and the words just uttered Orwellian only begins to touch the surface of the process that has characterized this proceeding for the last year. We can stipulate that Lois Lerner is not a heroic figure. And all of us would like to know more about what she did and what she said and why she did it. That is not the issue before us today. The issue before us today is, even with non-heroic figures, especially with non-heroic figures, did the Bill of Rights encompass the right of every citizen, even an IRS employee, to avoid self-entrapment? Mr. Jordan, our friend from Ohio, cited James Madison of my state of Virginia. And he's absolutely right. James Madison put a lot of credence in the power of Congress and felt that's where it belonged. In fact, believed that the people's body, the House of Representatives, really kind of trumped even the courts with respect to interpretation of constitutional issues and legislation. But that same James Madison had to be persuaded, and was persuaded, as the very first act in the first Congress to adopt a Bill of Rights. Now, there could have been 100 enumerated rights. They enumerated 10. And the fifth one was the right against self-incrimination, for a reason. Because what had characterized colonial times and what characterized, frankly, British 17th century jurisprudence was the Star Chamber proceeding, in which somebody's words could be used against them and against their will. Are we going to now insist on the Miranda right recitation for every witness who comes before this committee? By the way, anything you say can and will be used against you, so say nothing. Are we going to throw out case law? Unfortunately, what we're about today brings us right back to the McCarthy era, not as a name, but if you want to look at case law, that's where you have to go. That's the last time Congress trampled on rights, citizens' rights, unheroic citizens. And the Quinn case is dispositive. It deals with precisely what's in front of us. The fact that someone prefaces their remarks with a protestation of their innocence and then invokes the Fifth Amendment right is addressed many times by court cases, including by the Supreme Court of the United States in Quinn. And it explicitly says that does not waive your right. For the majority of this committee to assert otherwise is conveniently to ignore case law. In tough times, in tough cases, I plead with my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. Are we not about protecting citizens' rights, even when they're not particularly appealing characters? It's precisely when it's difficult, it's precisely when it's politically inconvenient and unpopular that this body must rise to the occasion and protect the constitutional rights of everybody. Because when we jeopardize the rights of a citizen like Lois Lerner, we put in jeopardy the rights of every American. I have seen so often people hold up the Constitution saying, I am first a constitutionalist. Well, then practice what you preach. Look at that Fifth Amendment and understand what it means. And cast the right vote today, which is against this Star Chamber proceeding. I yield back.